Hello guys, welcome to another episode of the Liquid Sports Show. My name is Vincent.
And of course, my name is Brian Werimo.
It is the international break, and we are blessed to have two fans in the studio with us. We want to hear from them, their names and the teams they support. I start from my near place here.
I'm Allan, and I support Arsenal.
Allan, an Arsenal fan. I am sure you are over the moon.
Of course.
What you did over the weekend?
We did something amazing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you?
Okay, my name's Wilson. I support Tottenham Hotspurs.
A Tottenham fan?
Putting on a Real Madrid jersey.
Yes. Or is it because of Gareth Bale?
Maybe.
I hear
Modric.
Gareth Bale left Tottenham with nothing and came back after 45 years and found Tottenham with still nothing.
But still nothing.
Anyway,
Right.
Being now international break, of course, we expect we're going for the national teams playing. A lot is happening with Anton from Man United being dropped from the squad, but we'll talk about that later. For now, let's talk about what happened. I see Tottenham also beat Manchester United 2-0. Right, Werimo? Okay. That's fine. Anyway, I want to hear from you guys. So far, so good. 4 matches down the line. Are you impressed with your team, or what do you think should be changed?
I'll say from an Arsenal standpoint, I'll say so far so good. It will have been worse considering the facts. There's been a lot of tinkering in terms of the manager playing around the squad. We've been seeing Partey playing at right back. I've seen a lot of Havertz in midfield, which has not, from a fan standpoint, has not like really been something good to watch. But then I'll say so far so good, and I think going forward we are going to see even better results.
A team to challenge this season?
I'll say, if I was to, from the top of my head, I'll say the teams to beat will still remain. The number 1 team, I'll say it's Man City.
Yeah.
Then number 2 still remains Arsenal.
Right. So that means you believe you're going to be 1 horse race or 2 or 3.
Again, I've seen a lot of good signs from Tottenham,
Yeah.
to be honest. I've not seen much from Chelsea. I've also not seen some convincing results from Manchester United. But then I'll say Arsenal are going to be in it till the very end.
I can see Werimo smiling after talking about Manchester United. I want to hear from you, bro. When did you start supporting Tottenham Hotspur?
Okay, my story is very funny on how I started supporting this team, Tottenham.
And also want to know, before joining Tottenham, which team are you supporting in the Premier League?
Actually,
Arsenal.
no, not really.
Okay.
I hate Arsenal.
Okay.
I was a Manchester United fan, but not
Yee.
that. But not.
Talk to Werimo.
But not that.
Not that
I was
much.
not. I was not that much into football because I was still young.
You're young and stupid.
Yeah, I was young.
Okay.
Something like that.
Okay.
So one day my dad took me to watch a football match.
Yeah.
It was between Chelsea and Arsenal. So I watched that game and
You are not impressed.
I was not impressed. So I had people talking about this Manchester United.
Yeah.
That time around 2008, they were great.
Yeah.
They won the
The likes of
Champions
I think
League.
that's the time of the likes of Tevez, Wayne Rooney.
Yeah. They won the Champions League that season. So I became a fan.
Of Man United.
But I was not that into football.
Okay.
So I took that opportunity again to go and watch them play. So after watching them play, they did not again impress me.
You were really hard to impress.
I was something like that.
Okay.
So there was this final Carabao Cup between Tottenham and Tottenham and Chelsea.
Okay.
So I went to watch that game. I was impressed finally by Tottenham. We won that game and we won a trophy. People say
The last.
I've never seen Tottenham win a trophy.
So, how did you leave a team which has been winning Champions League to join a team which competes for nothing?
I told you I was not impressed by their game.
Okay.
But Tottenham, that time they were coached by Juan de Ramos.
Yes.
I don't know if people remember him. But I loved their style of play because they were possessing.
Yeah.
and scoring many goals.
Okay, it seems that changed.
Before this setting, we talked and you told me about how your Tottenham team looked like back then. And I told you at the time, you mentioned a time where it's the same time that I was supporting like Tottenham, not like full support, but it was a team that I used to get impressed with. And you mentioned a few players over there, Asoe Koto, Kyle Walker at the back right. That time, is it the same time William Gallas was still the captain?
Not really. We had the likes of Woodgate, Jermaine Jenas.
All right. So
the likes.
my question is,
really Tottenham
how far since then have you been impressed by Tottenham so far until now?
Okay.
You know, since that 2008, it came a time when we were in crisis.
Yeah.
People used to tell me, just leave that team because they are not players. They will never win anything. But me, I knew deep down that this team is going in the right direction.
Okay.
So when Juan de Ramos left, in came Harry Redknapp, and then started building. When Harry Redknapp left, we were going in the wrong direction. And in 2010 was our best year because for the first time ever, our team qualified for the Champions League, and we went all the way to the quarterfinals. We were unlucky, we were eliminated by Real Madrid. But after that, we had great players like Modric, Gareth Bale. So far.
So far, so good for you.
So far, so good. And this season, I told Vincent here that this season, the team to watch is Tottenham Hotspur, and he laughed. I don't know if it's
You've told me that for several seasons. So far, that's why
this season.
You've told me there was a time like finishing above Arsenal has been the only trophy
the
Tottenham
Spurs have been able to win.
Yes. So having beaten Man United and of course still unbeaten in the Premier League, right? Do you think now this is your time to challenge, or is your time to win the trophy, or will still just chase and nothing will happen?
I think this season this is the season we are going to win finally a trophy, especially the cups, the FA Cup. We are out of the Carabao Cup, but I never say never. The FA Cup, we are going to win it. Just watch this space. And about the Premier League, the team to beat for me, according to me as a Tottenham fan, the team to beat is Man City. I don't see even Arsenal challenging.
You hate to mention Arsenal. Wow. Yeah. Okay. Now that's said and done. Maybe I want to ask another question. I'm back to you. Now, having mentioned, you said Arsenal, you feel is still the team which can challenge for the title this season.
Yeah.
What areas do you think Arteta maybe is making mistake in terms of team selection, or Arsenal are short of a player which they feel they should go and get him during the general transfer window?
I would say he did some good business during the summer transfer window. But then if you look at it, the first match of the season, then we lost Julian Timber.
Yeah,
so that was like that was a really big loss for us. So I expected that he will, maybe before the close of the window, that he'll pick someone else, but then unfortunately he didn't. So I'll say then there's been a lot of like makeshift, say, right back in Partey. We've played also Kivior at left back, at centre back. That has not like been really good for me, and it has not been really good for the fans. So maybe in the January transfer window, why I can look maybe strengthens in I'll say at left back.
Yes.
Because if Zinchenko was to get an injury, then like it's now a makeshift in terms of you having Tomiyasu to play in that position, which I really don't trust Tomiyasu, especially going into big matches. Another place that he should strengthen, I feel like in midfield, we need to get a good backup to Declan Rice. And I don't think Partey is that player, because I don't trust him in terms of longevity. Because if he gets injured, it takes about 2 to 3 months for him to recover. So I think at left back and in midfield.
Do you think Arsenal need a proper striker, or you satisfied with Nketiah and Gabriel Jesus?
The problem with in terms of our striking options, I'm good with Gabriel Jesus, but then the problem with Jesus is again he's injury prone, and his injuries tend also to take a bit of time for him to just get back to 100%. And Nketiah, for the first 2 games, he really showed like he can like really play well. He can step up.
Yep.
But then if we were to go to an out and out striker, then it means creates a bit of problems in the sense that now where does Jesus move to? Are we thinking of now getting rid of him and getting someone maybe in the mold of someone like Allan or something like that? So I don't think, maybe just a backup to Nketiah.
Backup to Nketiah.
Yeah.
Amazing. You've signed some good players, including Madison. We call him Madas, right?
The best signing.
The best signing so far. He has done some good job, and of course, I was shocked to see Dan Juma leaving Tottenham. Now, tell me, what do you think? Do you think Tottenham team is complete?
I can't say we are complete because, of course, our best player left us in Harry Kane. But I can say we in the transfer window we have had one of the best transfers in signing Madison, Van der Ven.
Just those two. How do you think they will improve your team?
I thought we needed a number 9 because Richarlison, I don't think he can score a lot of goals, and we need goals.
He has more clean sheets than Ramsdale.
Maybe. Maybe can I add something?
Yes.
For Tottenham also, where I have a problem with Tottenham is when it comes to striking.
Yeah.
So I feel their proper striker is Richarlison.
Yeah.
But he's not been prolific in.
You cannot depend on him fully.
But we have signed one player from Nottingham.
Yeah.
He's called.
I saw the new signing. I saw the new signing.
Brennan Johnson.
Yeah.
That's a good player.
If
But
you cannot even remember him, that means
No, it's a good player. Because I just forgot his name. But I know Brennan Johnson.
Did you forget about Madison?
No.
Meaning you just brought another.
Brennan Johnson is a good striker.
Yeah.
If you can watch from last season.
Yeah.
Actually, this season you are singing about Awoni, but last season it was Brennan Johnson who kept Nottingham Forest up. And I think after the international break, he is supposed to be our number 9 ahead of Richarlison.
Richarlison has been there. I think he's a cousin to Modric, but that's fine. Rimo, I want to hear from you because I think there is something which I want to mention so that you can bring in Manchester United, having played the first 4 matches, impressing only against Arsenal, a match which they lost. But like I said, we expect United to do better when they play against Arsenal. Okay, so now I want to know from your end so that maybe you can push it back to our fans. So far so good. What needs to change at Man United? Because we saw you played some silly football in the first 45 minutes. I think Onana had more touches than Rashford, if I'm not wrong, because it was only one style of play. Get the ball to Onana, look for Rashford, Saliba picks it, look for Rashford again, Saliba picks it.
Yeah, I would agree there is a problem with Manchester United at the moment, but there is no chance you can call the tactics that we used against Arsenal silly, because by halftime it was working. Whether we were hoofing the ball up front or something, the result was there. The only problem with Manchester United has been how they have been able to build up their play, leading to creating chances. And in games like those big games like the derby against Arsenal, I think we struggle that much because our midfield looks like it's not absorbing the kind of pressure they should. So that's why every time we're trying to build from the back, but we're not feeding the ball into the midfield. So what happens is the ball goes wide first, and then it comes back to the keeper, and then the keeper, because now there's no option in the midfield, he tries to hoof the ball up front. So I think it's something that Ten Hag should work on. And my worry with Manchester United is just, I I don't know, like the plan that we have as a team.
No plan.
I don't see Manchester United playing like a team. We play like individuals, and that's why even the only goal that is scored, save for the goals that were disallowed, the goal that was scored looked like an individual brilliance, and it looked like it was an error from Arsenal, not us playing football. And that really worries me about Manchester United. And there is so much more crisis in the team right now. There is drama in the dressing room. My favorite player is falling out with the manager. And it's at a crucial stage again, because we are headed to those times where Champions League will be back very soon. There will be so much fixtures to play. And another thing, we didn't sign a centre back during the transfer window.
You have John Evans.
Now we are forced to use Johnny Evans and Maguire. And I remember in our video, our previous video, we joked about it, and then it happened.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, you saw Martinez got injured, and then we had
the legends coming.
Lindelof also at some point he came off, and then we ended up with Maguire and Johnny Evans. So I think there is much more crisis to solve at this point, and I know Ten Hag is a brilliant manager. What he's been able to do in previous teams that he's managed, he's done quite well so far, and I'll give him another chance to, like, I think this is the right time. This international break came at the right time, because Amrabat is now in, as you can see. So I'm thinking there will be some fix when Manchester United comes back, but there is a lot more to talk about how they are able to build up their play and create more chances, you know. Yeah, so having just said that, I don't know how much weight we will have to carry for us to be able to finish in the top 4. I still think we can, because we've been grinding these points.
There is something you need to understand. Talk to Spurs fans, talk to Arsenal fans, they're saying they are challenging.
Right, so
match day 4, you're talking about top 4.
Sometimes you have to be like
to be realistic
with what you say, you know.
Yeah.
And right now we are sitting at the second phase of the table. We are number 11, you know.
But at least you're not afraid because you have Chelsea near you.
We have our friends Chelsea there. They are not. We are in the same WhatsApp group. I think they are the admins.
Yeah.
Because it's also tough for them. Losing at home against Nottingham, which we'll maybe talk about, is something that we look at. But for Manchester United, I think we will have to push ourselves up for us to be able to talk again this season. I mean, 3-1 result away to Arsenal, it looks like it's not a bad result, but it is a bad result. Provided
not a bad result because you've been losing at Emirates.
You know, that we would have won that game, you know. Anyway, so talking about like how like we think about the top 4 and the new shape of how it's gonna look maybe towards the end of the season, or how the teams have shown so far. Maybe I just wanted to start with my friend Wilson and tell me what teams he thinks will finish in the top 4 and the arrangement of the table, how it will look like.
For me, I'd say, as I said earlier, the team to beat is Man City. Actually, we always beat Man City. Everyone knows here.
Yeah, you do.
We always beat them. So I'd put City in there, Tottenham, of course, Liverpool. Number 4.
You're afraid of saying Arsenal, right?
And I just put Arsenal. And number 5, Manchester United. But you should also remember that this season they are taking 5 teams to the Champions League. I don't know if you guys know that.
Yes.
So Manchester United will finish in the top 5.
And represent, go and participate in the Champions
Chelsea,
League.
I see them struggling. And I see Pochettino will be the first manager to lose his job.
Well, that's something big to look at this point,
yes,
you know. But it totally makes sense when you say Pochettino might get the sack, you know. How about Allan? What do you think your top 4 is looking like?
If I go with my heart, I would say Arsenal number 1. But then, if I go as a real football fan, I'll say Man City still has a lot of experience, has a lot of depth, has a lot of quality more than compared to any other teams even put together. So I'll say Man City, I'll say Arsenal. It will be a close one. I wouldn't be surprised if we at the top in May.
Yeah.
Then I don't see the problem I have with Tottenham, as I mentioned. I don't think they have, these are just the first 4 games.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing enough depth from them in terms of the squad and everything, because like the last match, Son played as a number 9 in place of Richarlison. I don't know if now Richarlison gets injured now, or Son has to go back to the wings, who now comes in as their striker.
And Johnson.
In midfield. again in midfield, I don't see. So Liverpool have also been really good.
Yeah.
So they're also a team to watch. I will not be too harsh on Chelsea. It's a very young squad if you look at it. It's a new manager.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll be fair this season as a manager, to be honest, because I feel like he has very young boys to work with. They need to put something together. Just as like how much time Mateta has been given.
Even Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So even with Pep, as much as he has that financial backing to say go for the best players,
The first season
he still had to like build something good.
Yeah.
So top 4 for me: Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool will be in there. I don't know if I have to put Tottenham in there, but I'll put Manchester instead, because I feel like they'll get to a point where now they'll figure out stuff and they'll come back.
Actually, I want to change something. I've remembered my top 5. I didn't put Newcastle. Newcastle is a good team, but right now they are struggling.
Yes.
But I think if they'll be able to,
if they can discover their form.
Not really discover their form.
Yes.
If they can be able, or they get eliminated
in the Champions League,
in the Champions League, and focus on the league, I still see them in the top 5.
Before that,
at whose expense?
I think Manchester United.
I saw that coming.
Okay, I think many are saying Newcastle United are gonna be back to challenge for the top 4, top 5.
Yes.
But I'm seeing something different. I'll come with different suggestion. The team is Brighton for me. It's a team which has been doing a good job. Do you think every season, when you try to go on the past and see, you'll realize the team likes of Aston Villa, the likes of Everton, the likes of Brentford, Leicester, those are teams which come out of nowhere, Wolves, and they try to distract the top 4, how the flow of the top 4. So I think for me this season I'll go for Brighton at the expense of Newcastle United.
How about West Ham? They've been doing well the first 4 games.
West Ham United is West Ham United. That's what they always do. For the last 5 seasons, they've been doing that. And come Feb, March, you'll hear them trying to fight for survival. Like they are there number 17, 18, 20.
Allan, what do you think about West Ham?
For me, West Ham, as Vinia said, out of the question. I think they'll be where they are supposed to be.
Yes.
As we are used to. But then I'll also not like fully agree with where you say you rooting for Brighton.
Yeah.
For me, in football, what I go for is 2 things. One, I look at pedigree.
Yeah.
Then there's also some sense of consistency.
Yeah.
Unless it happens like it happened with Leicester, where you just get like an underdog from nowhere just winning the league. You're not saying, of course, Brighton are going to win the league, but I feel like they'll get to a point where, as a team, you can have so much potential. If you look at it in terms of talent and everything. And if you look at it also, don't rule out them losing 1 more player or 2 more players
during the January transfer.
In January. So, and again, if you look at it, they might just be comfortable at just being, can I say top 10?
Top 10, yeah.
Yeah.
So having said that, what does your top 4 look like? You haven't said anything about it.
I haven't said anything. Obviously, when I predict my top 4, I don't bring in feelings. I always tell people the truth.
Yeah.
And I know there was a time last season I said about it, and I was called Arsenal plastic fan because I gave them all the reasons why Arsenal will not win the league, and you were here with the likes of Rock, and they called me a plastic fan. But at the end of the day, I had the best laugh because I laughed last. Now, Manchester City, despite losing Kevin De Bruyne, you see they're not creating a lot of chances like with Man City of last season. Man City of last season could blow away a team like they struggled against despite winning against Burnley, somehow they struggled after De Bruyne.
Not even Burnley alone. There's
Sheffield United too.
2-1, yeah.
Almost they settled for a 1-1 draw until the last minute error from Sheffield. So I think despite that, Allan said Man City is a team with experience. It is a team which knows how to deal with pressure. So I can never rule City out of the top 2. And that with this, I'll say, Arsenal fans, you might be shocked this season. I'm far from being impressed by the way Arsenal are playing. It is a team which to change because Michael Arteta is trying to experiment something which is fixing something which is already fixed. So like Allan also mentioned about Thomas Partey. I think it was in sheriff to Thomas Partey. It was something like in a good way, like we can say something good which happened because maybe Partey could have played at right back. And then when Partey is moving in the midfield, then we have Marcus Rashford and Anthony then could have been worse. Yes. So I'll put, if Arsenal can keep the squad they kept against Man United and play that way, a little bit of improvement, I'll keep Arsenal at top 2. Then Liverpool is a team which you can never forget. It hurts to say this, but if Tottenham continue this, I see this as Tottenham with different blood, which at the end of the day, the fight matters. Will they continue fighting? Tottenham is a team. It's not like you wouldn't call Tottenham a team like, for example, Liverpool or Arsenal. What do I mean? Arsenal can lose today, but the following weekend they bounce back, and they bounce back big. You understand? But Tottenham brings a kind of confusion to the team. It's still young team because I think Son and Kane were most experienced players, right? Plus your goalkeeper, the one who left, Hugo Lloris. So if the current coach, I think what matters is the team, Tottenham team, I feel it has fear. They fear their coach, they respect him, so that means they'll grow. Because if like we saw Pogba and Jose Mourinho, it never worked because you feel you're bigger than the coach, and that's what the coach, if he keeps that, Tottenham is a team which I might put it at top 4. I'm not leaving out Manchester United because United know how to finish the season. They'll come around April, you'll realize United are number 7 and all of a sudden they are top 4. But that's how my top 4 looks like: Manchester City, Arsenal, Liverpool and Tottenham. I'm putting, for the first time in my life ever since I was born, I'm putting Tottenham there. But United is a team far away from being fixed. So if I fix any team, I'll fix maybe Chelsea. Chelsea are in a better position than Man United.
You think so?
In terms of fixing, United need a lot of things to be done. Trust me.
Yeah, for sure.
Because if we give somebody like Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez the midfield and Lavia, we've not tried Lavia. It's a team which can pick. When you see how the way Chelsea lose their matches fighting, United, there is no fight. We saw against Wolves, right? There wasn't totally nothing apart from the goal which happened, and of course the other boxing guy there, Onana. Nothing happened in that match. So what do I mean? Chelsea are losing, but they're losing when fighting. United are completing the midfield is the shamble, like the likes of Bruno Fernandes, Eriksen losing possession. That needs to be first fix that. I can still change this still early.
Yeah, that's a good way like to look at it, because as far as we've seen like teams who can really do better if they maintain. But then again, I think for me, I still think Man City are a strong team. And the reason why I give it up for them is because they have like a huge squad depth. If you check their defensive line, I've always said this, it's twice as big as all of these top 4 teams combined. I mean, you have Akanji, you have Ruben Diaz, you have Stones, Vardiol. I mean, those are,
I think is like you said, City bench can start to in some teams, right?
I wish they gave us 2 of their
top 4 teams.
Yeah, man, like if I say Manchester, but
I wish they gave us 2 of their defenders actually, because right now we are dealing with a defensive line that we didn't expect.
Over-experienced, I think.
Anyways, so Man City, and I think Arsenal are still doing better, just not like last season, but I'm feeling they've started like that. It's shaky, but they're still winning, they're still getting the points. So their top 4 is sealed. So Arsenal will finish in the top 4. So I'm not sure whether to put them number 2 or 3, but in there I was ruling out Liverpool this season because of how far they lost their midfield as well. Fabinho was a key player for them. They also had Henderson, their captain.
Yep.
Losing your whole of the midfield and just replacing with new guys in there is not easy for a team to come back again and like play the way they're playing right now. So I had ruled them out, but they're going to be in there. And as far as I've been impressed by Wilson's team, I don't think Tottenham will make it to the top 4. And the reason is because we know Tottenham. We know Tottenham.
Bottlers.
We know Tottenham.
They were the first team to be kicked. Did you say you will win Carabao?
But you know,
Wait,
that was
let's-
the second team.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
not go there. So
But it's still Tottenham.
I'm still ruling them out of the top 4,
Yeah.
but I can still think they can qualify for the Europa League. So it's gonna be Man City, Arsenal, Manchester United, Liverpool in the top 4 in any order. Just
Number
don't want to
five.
go for the
Number
any
five,
other.
number
And then
five
number
will-
5,
Pick number 5.
we can have Tottenham, and then Chelsea, and then
Who vacates from number 12? Okay. Fine. Anything else? I want to do something as we wind up.
no, I don't have any other questions. Maybe just a question on who do you think has been the best signing so far in the first 4 games? Who has impressed you so far?
You see,
No, I don't see. Just say a name. Then we move on to what you wanted to say.
Declan Rice.
Declan Rice. Allan.
Also Madison.
Madison.
Yeah.
Of course, Madison.
I'd differ with you guys. I think Szoboszlai has done a good job for
For
Liverpool. Yeah. Anyway, that was it. We will maybe have another session where we are just discussing how
Yeah.
the new signings have done from the Arsenal's guy who kicked the ball like Lukaku. You know him, the 65 million pounds.
better than the one which was injured.
And then we have Mason Mount as well. So yeah, we will have a session for
Yeah.
that and see.
I want to wind up very easy. We're gonna go very quick. I'm
Yeah.
going with our guests, and we always, which formation do we use?
4-3-3.
4-3-3. Now the whole Premier League, we are making a team.
For the 4 games that we have been played so far.
Yes. I just need like a quick team from you. I ask you a question, you answer. So we start with that formation 4-3-3. You know how it looks like.
Okay.
Now, who is your best goalkeeper so far? Allan?
I'll go with.
Onana.
No. I'll go with the.
No, we are serious.
Sorry.
It's not a joke. You're mentioning Onana. Okay.
Let me be honest. I'll go with the guy from. So far, right now.
Yes,
So far.
I'll go with the guy from this guy called Tana.
Tana.
Yeah.
Tana from
From Nottingham.
From Nottingham.
Nottingham
Is
Forest.
it?
Yeah.
Is it Nottingham? Yes.
Yeah.
Former Arsenal player, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
former
yes,
Arsenal
yes.
Yes, has done good.
Yeah.
I want to hear from your goalkeeper.
So I'd say Vicario for me.
Vicario.
Vicario.
Our new goalkeeper, the
Tottenham.
young keeper. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. you really love yourself.
Vicario is
I'm
a
not
good
dragging
player.
you to the team, eh?
Okay.
It's only their team.
It's
only their
Allan
team.
and Wilson.
Yes, it's Allan and Wilson. Or do you want to do it? I can
No.
still drag you.
It's okay. It's okay. We had
If you can be mentioned very quick.
very quickly.
You give me your keeper.
Alisson.
Alisson.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we go to right back. It's 4-3-3.
Okay.
We go to right back.
Yeah.
Who's your best right back?
Kyle Walker.
Walker.
Yeah.
I'd say best right back
For now.
for
So far.
now.
Yeah.
So far, I'd say I'd give it to Walker.
Walker.
yeah.
Fine. Very
We will all agree with Walker.
Walker. Right.
How about you?
No, I'm not picking against you. I'm just asking questions as you go. We go to left back position and start with you.
Left back. Arsenal. No, not Arsenal's left back. Not
He
Liverpool's.
seems to be thinking a lot. Allan?
I think I'll go. Ake plays at left back sometimes. Yes.
Yes.
I think I'll go because I'll say the left backs haven't been really good so
Yeah.
far.
You've not even been impressed because I could have picked my guy before he was injured, but I'm not part
Sure.
of the team. I'm not part of the
Look
team.
sure.
I look sure. Who is your best left
No,
back?
not
Destiny,
look sure.
Destiny.
I'll go Ake. Nathan Ake.
Nathan Ake.
The best left back for me is Destiny Udogi. The guy has assist. If you check the assist charts.
We go to okay.
I'd still settle for Robertson.
Robertson.
From Liverpool, yeah.
From Liverpool.
Yeah.
Quick one. Centre backs.
A pair of 2.
A pair of 2.
Saliba has to be in there.
Okay.
I have to go
Saliba.
with Saliba. Then I have to go with Diaz.
Diaz.
Yeah.
I'd say Saliba.
That's strange. Okay.
Saliba and Romero.
And Romero. Okay.
I'd go with Diaz
Diaz.
and not
You can't say Maguire.
Sorry, it wasn't Maguire. I meant to say Romero.
Romero.
Okay. We pick, because it's 4-3-3, we pick one defensive midfielder. I start with Allan.
I'll go defensive. I'll go with I'll go Rodri.
Rodri.
Yeah.
Rodri is an intelligent player.
Yeah.
Yes. Really? Okay, I understand. So now we pick, we go to the two midfielders.
Yeah, CM and CAM.
CM and CM. I start with Allan.
CM, I'll take
Okay, seems to be
Declan.
Sorry?
I'll take Declan.
Declan Rice and CM.
I'll go Madison.
Madison.
Yeah.
I think I'd take that guy from Chelsea, Enzo Fernandez.
Yes.
And Madison, of course.
And Madison. Orimu.
I think it will be easy for me to go with Szoboszlai as
From
the
Liverpool.
CAM,
Okay.
and then I'll go with CM.
Yeah.
Odegaard.
Odegaard.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, I go to LW.
Left wing.
Left wing.
Left wing. Son.
Yeah. Tottenham.
Left wing, obvious Son.
Orimu.
Left wing, I'd go for Mitoma. Yes.
From Karu Mitoma.
Yes. Cool.
Go for Mitoma.
RW.
RW.
The right wing, I start with you.
RW, still go with Salah.
Gerard Bowen.
Interesting.
It has to be Starboy. Like
The Saka.
you can't argue.
Okay.
You can't say boy.
Now, of course, I know we all
Yeah.
will all agree on the striker. Who's your striker?
Katie, I know, just joking. I'll go with that. I'll go Allan.
Allan?
Yeah.
Haaland.
Of course. The big machine,
Leo,
the
I want
robots.
to hear from you. Striker, your best striker this season so far. And also Rock. Haaland.
Haaland.
Are you still thinking about Ngeti? Is that answer not fun?
No,
Okay.
of course.
And,
the person who was challenging Haaland left. Hurricane.
Hurricane, yeah.
Yeah,
So, maybe, who's the manager of the team?
Manager of
Your team?
Manager of your team.
It has to be the new guy at. Unfortunately, but let me not say that. I don't want to infuriate Arsenal fans. I'll have gone with the guy at Tottenham. But I'll still go with the guy at Brighton.
The Zabi ball.
Yeah.
Brighton. Who's your coach? So
I
far?
love head coach and assistant.
Okay.
My head coach is Ange Postecoglou and the assistant is Dezabi.
Okay.
I'm wondering why it's Tottenham all through, bro.
Tottenham
It
all
runs
through.
in your
I
blood.
told you guys,
This is diehard.
This
I
is the
mean,
season to
We'll
watch
still
Tottenham.
call you in May.
No problem. I'll be here.
Who is your
my
coach?
manager is Abaldwan. Do you know him? Abaldwan?
You can't say Pep.
Pep.
We
Of
have
course,
to
it's
go.
gonna be Pep. I just didn't
No,
want to
we
say.
have to-
He's
we
been
have to.
able to manage Man City even when he's injured
Yeah.
back at home. So
Back at home.
I'd go for Pep. Yeah.
I think that's it, guys. We really appreciate you guys for coming. We want to invite you another day, right?
Yeah.
And please come. So thank you so much for coming.
Yeah.
We've come to the end of our episode. My name is Vincent.
My name is Brian,
And I'm Allan.
Wilson.
and this
is
is the Liquid Sports Show.